What the heck is happening? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Is my microphone on? Is my mic on? Nope. That's probably better. That probably does the trick. A little bit of volume in our lives. Jeez Louise, where is my mouse at? There it is. And, all right. Here we go. Here we are. There we go. Thank you, Jeffrey Wack. I see that you were onto it before I was, but I was onto it pretty damn close. Thrasher was in the house super early at 12:47 p.m. today. Thrasher, you're probably still not here, but hey, what's up, Thrasher? Wendy Miller, hey. Bev Porter, who the heck is that? Hey, Mom, love you. Justin Jenkins, Texas Whiskey Plus is in the house. What's going on? Jeff Maher, Maharg. Hey, Jeff. Uncle Buck is here. He's finally here. The Buckmaster. Uncle Buck. He's got, he's at least, I would say, a 10, 12-pointer, 16-pointer, 30-point Uncle Buck. So happy you're here, Mr. Buck. Whiskey Nose in the house. What's up, Marty? What the heck's going on? Tim Cornet. Scott and Suzanne. High fives. Psh. Will Henderson slaps on the ass. Psh. For the Will, the MVP, the center fielder, the starting center fielder for your favorite baseball team. Dave Markowski's here. Porter. What's going on, Dave? My mom's still just chatting it up. Brew Baker Maker, Ernie. Hey, Ernie. Ah, friggin' Ernie. Love you, man. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate the heck out of you. Cheech Ardolino. Cheech. The monster wrench himself. Thank you, Cheech, for being in here and modding all the time and just being a genuinely awesome human being. If you're not subscribed to Cheech Ardolino, go to Whiskey Encore, and he does great, just does a great live stream. Freaking love Cheech. B-Love is here, finally able to stay awake for one of these. B-Love's all jacked up on candy, on Halloween candy, I would imagine. I would imagine that's what's happening here. Gary Franchi, the man himself. Old Man Joe, OMJ, how the heck are you? Brian Toner, Ryan Datweiler, Nick Barrini says, pumpkin face. Pumpkin face. What the heck is happening, everybody? I'm scrolling to the bottom. Jeffrey Wack Embellish Podcast is here. Christopher M. at AB Magic Toast is fire. Heck yeah, it is. Speaking of fire, I was putting kids to bed and cleaning up spilt milk and getting my wife cake and running around like a crazy person. I didn't even have enough time to start my fires. I did it. Whew. I did it. Now I feel good. Muffled audio. Are we still good on the audio now? Hopefully. Hopefully we're good. Will Henderson, $5 super chat. Thanks, Will. Champ, cheers, brother, and go Braves. Will Henderson, why aren't you out there lobbing center fielder, hitting dingers and stuff? Rich L says, hey, let's start the battle. We have two battles tonight. We have the ongoing UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And the Ultimate Fighting Championship, patrons provided 5 samples per weight class. Weight classes are just a range of proofs. And tonight, we're going to crown a bantamweight champion and a featherweight champion. Where is that at? The bantamweight class is between 80 and 89 proof. You can see up there, 80 to 89 is what we're doing tonight. And also we're doing 90 to 94, the featherweights. So a couple light, super, easy peasy flights. Going to be no big deal. Should be a pushover, I would imagine. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. But you never know. Those 80 proofers, they can sneak up on you. They certainly can. Having a hard time finding that. And I found it. We're good. Josh Randall's in the house. What's going on? Tyler Turf Junkie. How the heck are you? Andrew Webster's here. Mojo 88. Bass and Bourbon. Hey. Hey. All right. So 2 flights. Featherweights and bantamweights. We're going to do the bantamweights first. But before we do that, hey, Lifetime Whiskey's here. What's going on, Dan and Julie? I'm so happy you're here. So thrilled that you're here. And I mean that. I mean that in the nicest way. Thrasher says, did I win yet? Not yet. Not quite yet. I am parched. Been running around this house like a crazy person. That's nice. That's good. One more cast. Cheers, all checking in. Hope everyone's having a banner evening. Absolutely. Whatever that means. Average Drinker's here. Snow is coming. Hey, Average Drinker. Snow is coming. What are you drinking on a snowy day? Depends on how snowy. But in the depths of winter, when the shovel never leaves your hands except to get a pour, Willet Rye is a great winter pour. I love Willet Rye. Speaking of the Average Drinker, she just started a YouTube channel. Go over to Average Drinker and subscribe to her. And, you know, let's help out all the new channels out there. I watch some of her stuff, and it's good. It's good content. Enjoy it. No crickets? Well, let's just say that the glorious DC sent me some cricket retainment devices that have currently retained 2 crickets. And the rest of them must have caught wind, and they just stopped. They don't want to be found out. Cultured Heathens, what's up, Matt? What's up, Heathen? Love your channel. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Stick around for a couple flights of bourbon whiskeys. Zenbu, now you got to pour some Willet Rye. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you absolutely have to. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. Now we're good. Just trying to relax. I was going so fast around this house. I was stressing out. 8 o'clock, my time, mountain time here, was just creeping up on me, and I was just running around. 4-year-old, she's like, I want to watch Home Alone. It's on Disney Plus. And I'm like, we don't have Disney Plus on this TV. And she's like, I want to watch it. And I was like, oh, let me try to figure it out. And then the TV that they have in their bedroom, terrible TV. That's my bad, but terrible TV. You press the button 5 times, and then you wait 30 seconds for anything to happen. So I was like, this Disney Plus thing's not going to happen, I don't think. And then she picked up her milk by the cap, and the cap fell off the milk. Boom, pow, 8 ounces of milk everywhere. Blood pressure elevated, heart rate elevated, voice elevated. Settle down, Matt, is what I told myself. Settle down, Matt, is what my 4-year-old told me. I was like, that's a good idea. Changed the bedding, told her to watch Netflix instead. 5-year-old upset because she wants to watch Disney Plus. The rush down here. Now we're ready to go. I just need to take a second. We're good. We're good. Now we're good. Feeling good. Cody's in the house. Friggin' Cody. AB new cigar name idea. Rust. That's too soon. Probably a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Big Vic's in the house. Big Vic. Big Vic is in the house. The middleweight champion. Welterweight champion of the Big Vic. He won last middleweight. Definitely middleweight. Middleweight's the Big Vic's the champion of middleweight. That's what happened. Matt, what's your day job? I watch children. So my wife's a nurse. I stay here, watch the kiddos, bring them to school and everything now. And this is what I do. This is what I do. Spilt whiskey's a different matter. No, spilt whiskey's fine. Spilt milk into carpet, bad news bears. super bad news. But what? Oh, we were going to open up the Mythology Bourbon before we. You know what? I changed my mind. We're going to open the Mythology Bourbon after the flights. That's what we'll do. We'll do the Mythology Bourbon after the 2 flights. That way we get these completed, and then we can just chill. We'll open up the Mythology, and then we got some Scandalust. Look at that. It's called Scandalust. This arrived today. It's from Clearwater Distilling in Utah. And it's when we were in Utah and I was with the Junkies and Ryan Alves and Lifetime Whiskey, they had us taste their recipes for cinnamon whiskey, and they wanted our input. And we were like, these are super cinnamony. Well, anyway, this arrived today. It's Scandalust cinnamon whiskey, unfiltered. It's actually MGP light whiskey with some crazy, fresh, good cinnamon flavoring. And who knows? Who knows? I might just get a little Scandalust at the end of the night. Also, never know. Never know what's going to happen around here. But it's on the table. It's on the table. What else we got going on? I think I had... What is your note for Will It Rye? Cinnamon. It's like an atomic fireball. A cinnamon atomic fireball candy. Brian in 82. Love the channel and your content. Thanks, Brian in 82. Okay, so let's start with bantamweights. Let's start with the bantamweight championship of the world. 145 people in chat. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to have a great night. Hit the thumbs up. Settle in. Get your butt nice and comfortable. Take some deep breaths. Pour yourself something delicious. And watch me drink just a bunch of whiskeys. And that's just how we're going to spend this Friday night. Starting off, we have a bantamweight, A and A. Rob Clark, stupid cap, America. Rob Clark, your bantamweight is going in A. That'll do. That'll do. Need to make sure we have enough because I can't pour more, obviously. Obviously can't pour more. Bantamweight B belongs to Josh Randall. Average drinker, claws and pickles are the worst. Give me all the... Does someone say that they get pickles on Will It Rye? Don't get pickles on it. Dave Porter would love to send you a store pick of French Lick. Lee Sinclair, surprisingly great Southern Indiana whiskey. Spirits of French Lick. Okay. I'm not against trying it. America. So, Josh Randall, you're going in B. That is the color of apple piss. Jeff Mahar, thank you for the super chat. Good luck, everyone, drinking Red Empire Pipe Dream. Cheers, Matt. Cheers, Jeff. A little bit of Pipe Dream in the house. Little of that California bourbon. Oh, Jeffrey Wack and his prophylactic wrappers. Jeez Louise. Come on, Jeffrey Wack. Jeffrey Wack with the wrap job. There we go. Jeffrey Wack, your sample will go in C. Let me make sure that this is C. It is. And I just realized I over-poured B and C, so I need to pour more in A so that I don't, stupid cap, so I don't know which one is which. There, I just did it. DC, what the heck? Thank you, DC. Gangster, hashtag America. You're the gangster, DC. You're the best. DC is honestly one of my favorite people. Get off of there. Tim Evans. Tim Evans, you are letter D. And with the glass to match. Got the letter D with the glass to match. Sounds like a rap song. I should work on it. And then Whiskey Wiggle, who wins the design championship of the evening. Mr. Wiggle is in E. Perfect. Poured them perfectly. Nailed them all. Make sure that there's a sticker, and there is. Letter E. Now we need to mix them up. Always the fun part. I know sometimes I should have these poured beforehand, but honestly, I didn't even have enough time to do anything. I bought a sick Pirates of the Caribbean head thing with like the dreads that was terribly put together, and I forgot that somewhere. So I even forgot my Halloween costume. Okay, mixing them up. Mixing them up. Which one's which? Nobody knows. Perfect. All right. Now I will randomly number them 1 through 5. It's just the way my brain works. What brain? I know. Where in the world are my stickers at? Son of... Oh, found my stickers. We're all good now. You are 1. You are 2. You're 3. I realize this is probably pretty difficult to watch, but that's just the way it works around here. Probably 7 people watching now. Thank you for the 7 of you who stuck around through that. I always think it's not going to be a big deal, and then I start to do it, and I'm like, wow, I'm pretty slow at this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Random as can be. The caps on some of them. Whew, we did it. We did it, everybody. That was a workout, a little bit of a workout. Benji Penji, starting off with some Smoke Wagon Unfiltered, batch 94. They are just pumping out those batches, aren't they? Holy cow. Let's see, did I miss anything here? Scott Pigsley, what's going on? Didn't you used to use a spinner reel thing to mix them up? Yes, and I have it there. There's only 4 spots on the spinner wheel, and also I don't have a table to set it on to really make, and I don't want to hold it in my hand like I typically do because I don't want to break them all. But yes, Julie made me a super sweet spinner wheel, and maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll use that for the next. Maybe I'll use that for the featherweights because there's only 4 samples. Super smart idea. Thank you. Heck yeah. Oh, I did miss some super chats like a total dork. Terribly sorry. Eric Waite. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is the best Halloween candy to go with whiskey, period. What do you think? I don't know. I probably would have to agree. I've never really just sat down and ate chocolate and drank whiskey. Believe it or not. But that sounds like a winner. That definitely sounds like a winner. Thank you for the super chat, Eric. Jeffrey Wax says, this is the coolest weight class. We rely on proof so much for the flavor. I agree. For these to be really good, they're going to have to be a very strong bourbon. The winner of this weight class is going to be a very good bourbon, for sure. Then Jeff again. Anyone hear from Sean after the shenanigans on the Bourbon Junkies the other night? I received some text messages, not directly to me, but I've seen that his phone is still working. If he's on the other end of it, he probably is, we would imagine. I thought I was playing the cello. What did it? Oh, because of the dinging or what? I don't even know what sound a cello makes. All righty. Oh, why am my posture is terrible. There we go. Now we're feeling good. Julie L's in the house. Julie. If you missed Lifetime Whiskey's live stream last night, you missed out. That was a fun one. They were dressed to the nines, even though they're both 10s. And just fun was had by all. You could say that. Could definitely say that. All right, everybody. Let's get ready to rumble. It is the Bantamweight Championship, 80 to 89 proof. 5 samples lay in front of me. 5 patrons are just wondering if they're the champion or not. And it's based on me. I'm the referee here. So sit back and watch me screw this up. All right, glass number 1. Purple. That smells purple. That doesn't smell like it's 80 to 89 proof. That's really jumping out of the glass. Grape Bubblicious, or Grape Big League Chew. Super sweet oak. There's definitely some age on this one. There's definitely age on it. There's no way that there's not some years in wood with this whiskey here. Color of it, it's not that dark, but at the same time, it's pretty dark for it being what I would imagine is watered down at least a little bit. The cello sounds like, I thought the cello was the cello sounds like a bass played with a bow. Then I wonder what noise I was making. Okay. This is starting to come together more red licorice-y and sweet. It's like a sweet, sticky, red licorice mixed with like bubble gum. This reminds me a lot of MGP. Just saying, this reminds me a lot of an MGP nose. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I get MGP and Buffalo Trace confused, but that's usually when I smell Buffalo Trace and think it's MGP. Usually when I smell MGP and guess it's MGP, I'm right. But again, can't ever really rely on myself, so probably wrong. Julie. Alex Brewer is in the house. Number 1 is so sweet. It's weird, though, because I don't know. I'm second guessing myself. But then again, I'm not trying to figure out what these are. I'm just trying to figure out which one I like the most. So put your mind at ease, Matt. Settle in. Enjoy a sip of glass number 1 down the hatch. Number 1 is chocolate cherry. Oaky, a little bit of oak on there. Probably somewhere between 80 to 89 proof. That's my favorite joke. That's my favorite joke that I will use multiple times every time we do this. That is nice. That is surprisingly lingery for a low proof bourbon. A little bit more oily than I would expect. Little bit. Just a little bit. The finish is it's like a buzzing sound of tart sweetness. It's like a sweet tart buzzing on the back of the tongue is the finish. Glass number 1 is good. I like it. I like it a lot. Christopher starting off with some Old Forester Blue Label. Is that you're talking about the barrel strength stuff? The single barrel? All right. Glass number 2. Glass number 2 failed to jump out of the glass as number 1 did, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. A little bit lighter on the nose, a little bit more citrusy. It's a little bit spikier, you could say. It stings the nostrils a little bit. Nice nose. So far not... Wait a second. Something's happening. Something's happening here. Everybody, stop what you're doing. Something's happening in glass number 2. It's coming alive, like the Undertaker. There's a note that has developed, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It's red. It's definitely red, but in which way? Oh, it's called, my kids eat fruit strips. They're like real fruit, but they're like compressed into sticky strips. It's like, it's like fruit leather, that kind of thing. That's what this smells like. It's like a strawberry fruit leather, like tearing the package. It's kind of like almost like a fruit by the foot kind of deal, but not fake. It's like a real fruit. Don Spone is back with a glass. Nice. 191 watching. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, if you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, that would be amazing if you did. If you're watching on mobile and you don't see a thumbs up, exit live chat, then you can hit the thumbs up and come right back into live chat. Sometimes that is a barrier to thumbs up. Little appley, a little bit of apples. This is presenting now. You know what? I need to let these breathe. That's my problem here. I capped them, but that's not the key here. I want to let these breathe because the more I let number 2 have some air, the more I'm starting to be familiar with it. This is reminding me of a Buffalo Trace nose. And it's very nice. All right, number 2. Here we go. What porter like? Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I was going to say I think I know what this is, but I have no idea because it's 80 to 89 proof. What in the world is that? I like that. That's good. That's good. It's like I'm not going to back off from the Buffalo Trace profile. That's what it tastes like. Super sweet, super cherry. Nice amount of oak in there. Really well-rounded, not spiky, not bitter, nothing. It's actually really, really enjoyable. Dang. Number 2 is a super good sipper, but I'm not going to say that it beat number 1 because number 1 was also very good. What do we got here? Smells like a buffalo's nose, says Zachary Jones. Red Stripe Jamaican beer. Oh, you know what? I need to quit reading chat backwards. It does me no good. It does me no good to do that. I'm so happy you're all here. This is going to be a fun night. I can feel it. I can feel it in my oversized bones that tonight is going to be good. Whew. Okay. Glass number 3. It's getting a swirl from me. So I'm trying to avoid at all costs seeing the bottom of the glass. I don't know if the writing is going to be see-through or not, but that's why I'm like closing my eyes when I take a sip. I typically close my eyes when I sip anyway, but I don't want to accidentally see a letter on the bottom of the glass because that would ruin it. So in case you're wondering what the heck I'm doing with my face half the time, part of it is just trying to avoid accidentally seeing the label on the bottom of the glass. All right. Average drinker, just being super nice. Always fun with you. Oh, whatever. Sometimes I wonder. And by sometimes I mean every single Friday night, I'm like, almost 200 people watching this. It's incredible. Can't believe. It's hard to believe. But at the same time, appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Glass 3 on the nose. Different. Glass 3 smells like fruit, spoiled fruit a little bit of like you put some cantaloupe and watermelon, peaches, cherries, that kind of thing in a cooler, dumped a bunch of alcohol on it, and then left it out in the sun for a bit. And I love it. Very, very potent nose for a low proof. That I have to say. That is definitely true. Smells familiar. It does smell familiar. I would think this is, so far out of the three, the most spiky, the most ethanol forward, the most abrasive on the nose. It's nice to smell, but actually not nice to smell at the same time. I do enjoy this smell, but just the vapors coming off of it, the overall aggressiveness of it's sharp. It's got a sharp nose. That's what I'm trying to say in a million very slowly spoken words. Melon punch. Aaron Edler, Barson Fronde. The Fronde is like drinking a dark chocolate peanut butter cup dipped in tobacco flavored Pennzoil. So good. Agreed. It's a dark beauty. It is like so dark and it's weird. And I see other people, the opinions on that bourbon are very mixed. So like I said, before you drop all that money on it, at least try it. The Ferdinand. It is. It's like the bull off the cartoon. Ferdinand. All right. Glass 3 down the hatch. A little bit stone fruits, apricot kind of in there. I almost said peach, but then it just wasn't as like as a peach is. Little apricot. This is like a little melony, you could say. The nose, like that scent I got off the nose is a fermented fruit. It's kind of following through onto the palate in kind of like one of those fruit cups you get at the store that's already chopped up, and you just got the grapes and the cantaloupe and the melon. That's what's happening on the palate here. Not as much oak on this one as what I think are on the first two. This one seems like it's either maybe not as old or maybe just from a different distillery, probably. Who's to say? I'm not going to completely push number 3 out of the running, but I think that number 1 and number 2 have it beat. But that's just my first step through here. We'll find out more on the way back. Before we continue, how about a little bit of water? Hey, Lord Schlong's in the house. What's going on? Todd Trent, thank you for the super chat. You're the man, Matt. No, Todd, you're the man. Dang it. Appreciate the super chats, though. That's super nice of you guys. Christopher M. asked, have I gotten my hands on the Blue Run High Rye Bourbon yet? I have not. Nope. I missed that sale, and I don't know. I might be okay. I might be okay with it. I might be okay with missing out on it. I had a heck of a night last night. So the kids are sick, and so they're in bed last night, and I'm down here trying to shoot a couple of videos, or at least a video, but also like listening for them. So I got is it back here? Can you see it? Right there. There it is. I got a new Sam Houston yesterday. It's the release number 7. It's a Colorado batch. So I tried to shoot that video. I'll get back to where this will all circle around in a second. So I tried to shoot that video last night. I was halfway through the video, and then one of the kids got sick and a whole thing. So I just scrapped it halfway through the video. I'm like, you know what? I'll make that video a different time. So I then tried to make a Blue Run video because Brian Engelhard, friggin' Brian, sent me the remains of his Blue Run 14-year bourbon. And I tried to make that video. Same thing happened. Kids got sick halfway through the video. And I was like, I don't even know. Like, once I get going shooting a video, I don't like to stop and then try to restart with the same energy. It just is weird. So I came back and I scrapped that. That's why the video I put out today is the video I put out today, because I didn't want to drink anymore while shooting videos. So that was just why that video happened today. But circling back to the Blue Run thing, I wasn't a huge fan of the 14-year bourbon. I know it was sourced and this other stuff isn't. They're completely different animals. But I'll wait till people talk about it more before I start looking for one, I guess. I don't know. Something about the $200 sourced 14-year kind of made me feel a little bit like it's way too much. That was a very long story to get to where we went. I'm sorry. Oh boy. There, Thrasher says, Matt, let me know when I can fill you in on Bars and Bourbon Company World's Top Whiskey Taster New York Regional. It was cool for what I can remember of it. That's funny. Yeah, we'll have to talk. It looked like a lot of fun. It certainly looked like a bunch of fun. Let's see. JJ's in the house. What's going on, JJ? JJ says, you're going to spoil us with these daily videos, but we appreciate it. What are we at? 6 days in a row now with the video? Just been pumping them out. And I don't know. I would imagine that we'll probably have to go back to less than that, but who knows? Maybe it'll just be a new thing where a video a day just gets everybody to get sick of me. That's got to be what would happen. Alex says, we're going to have a convo with the kiddos about when they get sick. Oh, yeah. No, it's whenever they feel like it. Once I hear coughing and then crying, I am up those stairs so fast. You don't know how fast you can move until you have little kids who throw up wherever they throw up. Because you know that cry. And that cry, you're like, oh no. Like just trying to bring the bathroom to them, basically, is what we do. El Pumpo, that's me. That's got to be me. What did I just do? I clicked on something. I broke it. By the way, Alec Rubin of Alec Bradley Cigars in the house. What a guy, that Alec. Okay, glass number 4. Kiddos 4 and 5. Couple girls. Girl dad here. Hashtag girl dad, if that's still a hashtag. Glass 4. Nutty. Glass 4 is a nutty bugger. Bubble Bath Bourbon's in the house. Woo! Let's do this. That was a good woo. You know what? I don't even care that I'm not whispering anymore. Kind of care. I'll still keep my voice down. But a good woo has to be had once in a while. Dan Spone just wants to say he loves everybody. We all love you too, Dan. How many lint traps can I bench? Depends if they're full or not, Julie. Depends on if they've recently been emptied by a guest in the house or if they're just full of lint. I could have sworn that your lint trap was already broken before I got to it, but I sure wrecked that thing. Slapshot, 4 girls. Holy cow. It's weird just being around girls. Michael Brisbane says, suck it, Porter. Okay, whenever. I'll do it. Weird. This is nutty and black licorice at the same time. Huh. Interesting. What in the world is this? I mentioned that these should all be bourbons. I'm guessing everybody followed the rules, but this kind of smells like like it could venture into the rye category just because of the black licorice note that I'm getting in here. Toshi Bake's here. What's going on, Toshi Bake? I mean, the whiskey. Oh, suck it down. Okay, I'll do it. All right, glass number 4 down the hatch. Number 4 is just fine. It's not tickling me in funny places. It doesn't know my love language, if that makes sense. It's just kind of being there and doing its own thing. It's bourbon, probably maybe like a high rye bourbon. I don't know. It's good, but it didn't do anything to actually make me go hee or smile or like jiggle around in my chair. So maybe one more sip, that'll do it. We'll see here. Yeah, number 4 is just fine. It's sweet. There's a little bit of nuttiness happening there. Sweet, a little bit of nut, a little bit of oak, but nothing crazy is happening here. And I know it's hard for crazy things to happen between 80 and 89 proof. It's a pretty stiff task, pretty tough task, pretty tall task is the right way to say that. And number 4 is good, but I don't think number 4 is exactly what I'm looking for a champion. But then again, who's to say? I've got to go back. Your wife made you read that book too? No. Nutty and black licorice sounds like Willet small batch collection. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if those even fall in the right proof range. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. I think those are higher proof. Justin Jenkins with a question. Have you revisited Yellowstone? Limited edition. Has your opinion changed at all? I have a few times. And it didn't really change because it just didn't. I'll give it another try down the road somewhere. And if my mind does change, I'll happily say so. But it just hasn't. It's just, I don't find it to be that great. And I got some comments on that video about my pronunciation of Amarone, and I'm sticking by it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Am I right? I don't know. Wigmaster says probably all 90 or higher for the Willet small batch stuff, probably. Okie dokie. Glass number 5, the 5th and final bantamweight before I start determining the order of porter. So let's give it a spin. Give it a little bit of a swirl J, a little bit of an SJ. Let's give it a little bit of a ride on the merry-go-round, the Matty-go-round. Oh, that's a good one. The Matty-go-round. Up and down on the Matty-go-round. Up and down on the Matty-go-round. Diddly-diddly-diddly-doo. This is a good song. Ooh. I like this. Porter like 5. Caramel. This smells like a Three Musketeers bar that got super slammered and then fell asleep inside of a charred oak barrel for several years. Yes. I do love me some Three Musketeers. And turns out it's not even a musketeer, it's a musketeer, and I don't even know what a musketeer is. Michael, I'm drunk 7 and Jack Daniel's barrel proof cheers. Well, just make sure to stay at a 7. We don't want to get you up to a 9 or 10. Oh. All right. Glass number 5 on the nose is what I'm looking for here. Dan wants to know if anyone actually smells what Rock is cooking. I don't think so. He'll probably tell us eventually what he was cooking. Number 5. Here we go. Down the hatch. There is no way that that's under 90 proof. There's well, actually, it could be. 80 to 89 is quite the range. So if number 4 was 80 and number 5 was 89, maybe that would explain it. But that was full of flavor. And I'm not sure if it was the best flavor, but it actually packed the most punch. That's for sure. What in the heck is number 5? It's weird because number 5, it has a powerful flavor up front, which I'm trying to put my finger on what it is. This one's more floral and more earthy tones. It's not quite as sweet. It's definitely not candy-like, but it's like a floral, more earthy, more vegetal bourbon. And right in the front of the palate, wonder if this is a wheater. No, it's too... Because all the flavor is really concentrated on the front of the palate, the front of the tongue. Then as it goes back, it just gets washed away and finishes like a sparkling water. Weird and strange at the same time. Huh. Interesting. Maddie Likey, glass 5? Yeah, I mean, it's different. It's definitely different. You've kind of ruined me, Matt. I'm kind of bored of anything below 100 proof. I can see that. I think we've all been there. But there are great whiskeys at low proof. It's just finding them and is the hard part, right? It's just like once they're that low of an alcohol percentage, they have to be damn near perfect to be great. And that's what we're looking for tonight. It's funny because I have no idea what any of these are. So potentially, who knows? Who knows? I could pick something that's, I don't know. This is a game that I'm playing with myself in my head too. I'm like, don't overthink it. Just actually go with what you like the most. Ethan, whoops. Finally got my bottle of Frond. That video is hilarious. Keep it up. You're the man. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I don't know. When there's stuff I don't know what I'm talking about, cognac and names of places, like I don't know how to pronounce that. So we'll pronounce it every way we can and settle on a rolling of the R's. Back to 4. Back to 4. Back to 4, and I'm still getting, you know what? It's almost like a hard root beer candy. Maybe not quite black licorice, but like a root beer barrel. Yeah. Very, very potent in that category. It's Johnny Chan of Fast and Furious. Guaranteed that's who it was. Stealing all the electronics from semi-trucks. Right out here in Colorado. Crotch rockets. I don't know if I like number 4 a lot. I think I like number 4. Number 5 is weird. I don't know how to what to do with number 5 in my head. But 4, I do like 4. This is gonna be difficult. I got Dan, says my daughter Ella, says hi. What's up, Ella? Under my umbrella, Ella. Ella. It's just a good song. Rihanna. You roll your eyes like a Spanish soap opera actor. That's what I used to do. Was it last week that I said that I have dreams of dunking basketballs? Because guess what? All week, that's all I've been dreaming about. It's like I said it out loud, and then every single night, I'm basically Vince Carter in his prime. But I'm me, and people are shocked. It's unbelievable. Civics with green neons, bruh. Alrighty. Now back to 3. I remember I said that 3 was unimpressive, but now that I go back to it after 5 and 4, I like it. It smells like one of the fruity candy canes. Not necessarily the peppermint ones, but like you can tell that it was manufactured in the same place as the peppermint ones. It wasn't that supercharged SUV you're getting one day. Give us some more supercharger, lol. Wee! Just, wee! Just like, can I pass? Can I pass? Wee! Going 100 before you know it. This $12 Walmart chair almost exploded when I did that. So no more shifting of weight like I'm in a 700 horsepower SUV. Number 3, citrusy. There is a little bit of oak there. I don't know. Going back, this is a difficult one. This is going to not be easy. Crap. Yeah. It's good. That sucks. I was hoping I'd be able to actually push them away. Hopefully number 2 and number 1 are as good as I remember. Hopefully those 2 still stand out a little bit. That way I don't have to worry as much about 3, 4, and 5. Let's find out right now. Zachary, 700 horsepower minivan. I saw drawings of a Grand Caravan with the Hellcat motor in it, but doubt that'll ever happen. Then I really would have a Lamborghini. It wouldn't even be a joke anymore. I'd never get one, though. Probably never get one. Gary says, I used to be able to dunk a mini basketball. Couldn't get a regular one enough to grip on. Yeah, I got small hands, too. Look at them tiny little things. Tiny little worthless hands. Gigantic feet, though. So, average. Kopecky. You are the Dr. Disrespect of whiskey. You should have 1 million followers. Who's Dr. Disrespect? You know what my favorite thing is? And I laugh every time I read it. People say this to me in the comments. They're like, you look like you've watched one too many Jim Gaffigan videos. And I know who Jim Gaffigan is, but I literally I can't remember anything I've ever watched him in or seen. So I laugh every time I read it because I've gotten that comment so many times now that I'm just like, maybe I need to start watching who Jim Gaffigan is. Because what if I don't like him? Then what? Anyway. Number 2. I was not prepared for this. I think I like number 3 more than I like number 2. Now let's see if number 1 stands out still after the whole run around the neighborhood. Last number 1. Why does that smell like that now? This is my annoyed face, by the way. Now number 1 smells like a lumberyard, like fresh cut wood. It did not smell like that before. My elbow smells nice. Weird. What's this about C921? I'm sad about C921. Dan said pepper. Shake my head. Oh, yeah. You guys opened the old new Elijah Craig last night? I actually have one of those incoming. Heck yes. So excited. Thanks to another man with the name Matt. Love that guy. Alex Burai says, you remind me of a retired Ed Sheeran in a good way. How does, oh boy. Ooh. Oh, that's the song. Okay, let me harness my inner Ed Sheeran. As I take a sip of number 1, I'll harness my inner Ed Sheeran, even though Bubble Bath Bourbon is the real Ed Sheeran look-like. I look like Ed Sheeran went on a food eating binge for several years. But who's to say? He might do it. And then people might mistake us for each other. Last night you were in my room. Now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. That's just a good song. Oh, I'm in love with the shape of you. That's an Ed Sheeran banger right there. Unless, of course, that's not Ed Sheeran. In which case, my bad. Super sorry. Number 1's not as good as I remember, by the way. Honestly, a little bit perturbed, a little bit annoyed with the fact that I thought I knew which ones I liked the most. Turns out I'm wrong. Turns out I have no idea where this possibly went wrong. But it's still good, though. Dang, it's still good. I sound just like him. Thanks. I've been practicing in the car. Derek Patton. Hi, Matt. I was hanging out with Trev Wilson. What a guy. Him and Miss Trev just eating candy and drinking whiskey tonight. Love those two. They are the cream of the crop. That's not what they're saying. They are the something of the earth. Soil of the earth? Nope. They are the salt of the earth. I think that's what that means. A compliment. Average drinker. I love Ed Sheeran, but wait. Do you like T-Swift too? Maybe it should be Matt Spearbs. I don't get it. I know who T-Swift is. And matter of fact, beautiful voice. But what's Speebs? Hey, John McAllen's here. Heck yeah. What's going on, everybody? Bubble Bath Bourbon, you've been getting the Ed Sheeran stuff forever now. Sheeran. Oh, I get it. Matt Sheeran. I see. Yeah, you really goofed that up. So far between the welterweights, the middleweights, and now the bantamweights by far the most difficult. Like, by far. See, I thought I liked number 1 and 2 the most headed down one way. They headed back. When I got to them, they weren't quite what I remember, but that can happen after tasting other things. So the question is, do I go with what I first remember, or do I go with how they taste right this second? That is what my dilemma is. Number 4. Dang, number 4 is good too. Number 4 is the nutty bugger. Number 4 is a nutty bugger. 200 people in chat. We hit 200. Awesome. Numbers have been lower lately. Let's call it like we see it. Numbers in chat have been much lower. Is it because I am failing to entertain? Probably. Is it for other reasons, like Friday night, people getting out of the house, other things that I say to myself when I try to realize why there's way less people in here? Probably not. So super sorry for being far less entertaining, but super happy to see that all of you are here. Thank you so much. Let's do this. Let's friggin' get through this. Crown a champion, pour the next flight, crown a champion, and then who knows? Who knows where this train goes? People aren't locked in their homes anymore. Lots in rehab. That's true. That's Friday night. People are out and about doing fun stuff. Okay. Number 5, I'm going to put in last place. There's something on there that is wild. It's wild up front and then falls off of a cliff on the back. And it's just strange. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good, but it's just not exactly what I'm looking for here. Wise Guy Whiskey Guy. Hey, Matt, been watching the whole time. Love you, bro. Hey, man. Love you too, dude. Friggin' Stu. Stu is in the house. Okay, now number 2 smells great again. I think I thought number 1 was an MGP. Number 2 was a Buffalo Trace. Number 3, I didn't know. Started falling apart after that. Okay. 2 is like a sweet Buffalo Trace yumminess. Very low proof. 3. I changed my mind again. You know what? I'm glad I did that because I do like number 2 more than number 3. Am I really going to do this way? I don't think that's, I don't know. Busey, what's happening, hot stuff? Who's here? Who's here? I don't know who you're talking to, but nothing's happening around here. We're just drinking the Bantamweight flight, 80 to 89 proof, going to crown a champion. Then after this, we're doing the Featherweights, 90 to 94 proof. And then we're going to open a Mythology Bourbon. We're going to taste and rate that, rank it, review it, score it possibly. And if we have enough time, and I'm still in decent enough shape, we're going to crack open Scandalust. And we're going to do some cinnamon whiskey. If we're feeling frisky, I don't know. The girl on this label, is that a nipple? There might be a nipple. It's hidden behind her hair, but I might see a nipple. Just saying, it might be there. Hard to see on camera, but maybe there's enough. I don't know. Hard to see. Hard to see, hard to say. If you see something, say something. That's what I was always told. Scott Tilton, crazy man. What the heck? Thank you. That's an insane super chat. Thank you so much. It's the World Series because everybody know everyone is super interested in baseball, especially when it's Houston versus Atlanta. The entire country is enthralled. I can see Atlanta. Wasn't Houston the cheater? Wasn't Houston like... Is everybody hating Houston? They were the garbage can people, right? Like they were the people who were literally caught cheating. So I'm guessing that like people must be like rooting against Houston like they were they were a political party at this point, I would imagine. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is not cinnamon. Evan Williams Bottled and Bond is what everybody would refer to as a sawmill and a peanut factory in the same building. Number one, I'm still getting that MGP now. I give myself a little bit of a break. It's back. It's back, Brittany. This is funny. Who gives away a ton to charity? I don't know. All right. Well, in the fashion that we're in here, this is just a coincidence, but I don't know. Was Scott being sarcastic? Son of a bee. You know I can't think and taste at the same time, Bunkle Buck. Screw sarcasm and text. Still going. Oh, no, yeah. I did read that as sarcastic. Yeah, I didn't. You know, what's funny is I'm the one who should be reading that sarcastically, and I didn't. So my bad, Scott. JG, I just did it. And Miss Wrench and I say, hey, what's up, Trev? You beautiful son of a human being. Freaking love Trev. What a guy. What a man. Yeah. My order went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 being my favorite, 5 being my least favorite. And I mixed them up and I randomly numbered them. Unless I like 4 more than 3. That's a possibility. Nope. 3's in number 3. 4's in number 4. 5's in number 5. That's the way this one played out. Interesting. Also interesting, I think possibly that the middleweight winner and the welterweight winner were both in glass 1, I think. So if that's the case and number 1 wins again randomly, then everybody better hope that they're number 1 next. I'm just saying. Sequential porter order. That's exactly it. Oh, did I hear a song there? Can't hear What a Man without finishing the En Vogue song. Embellish podcast. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Mighty, mighty good. That is a good song. I do like that song. Let's reveal this so we can get to the featherweights. This is the bantamweights. We're going to get to the featherweights. But first, we must reveal. I am a silly goose. Is it the bourbon or the glass? Well, to be totally fair, the middleweights, that champion was the best whiskey for sure. Like on my palate anyway. The welterweights, First and second place were both Remus 5, and they I think it's the bourbon. It's just been a weird thing that they all got put in glass number 1. Speaking of sports, says Toshibake, excited about the free UFC 267 double belt fight tomorrow morning? Weird timing with the main card at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, but I'm excited. It's free? No kidding. Really? I did not know that it was free, so I guess I'll be watching that. Unless I have other plans that I haven't been told about yet. But maybe. That's cool. All right. Thanks for the heads up, Toshibake. All right, number 5 was in 5th place. It was very flavorful up front. Very floral, very earth-like, very vegetal. And then that kind of went away and diminished immediately. I thought this was higher proof than 90 or than 89. I thought this tasted higher proof, but I'm sure I'm wrong. Number 5 is glass C, which is Jeffrey Wack. Uh-oh. Jeffrey Wack's going to not be happy with me. Jeffrey Wack sent me C, and then he put it in an envelope for me to see. Sorry, Jeffrey Wack. With exclamation points. Ah. Oh my gosh. What? Oh. In last place in this flight is Jeffrey Wack's letter C, and it is, oh no, okay. Well, there's that. Ooh. I've had this before and I absolutely loved it. So I don't know what happened, but sorry. Any other day might have been great for Jeffrey Wack, but Russell's Reserve 2003, 89.5 proof, 16 years old. What? Okay. Totally normal last place. So I tasted it several times. And it might have been like a very oaky note or something that hit me right away that faded off. Who's to say? I don't know. But now let's find out the 4 bourbons that beat that. Super, and boy, not afraid to look like an idiot, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to get there tonight. Number 4 is in 4th place, and number 4 is letter B. And B belonged to Josh Randall. Josh Randall also sent me a key. And Josh Randall sent, well, this is one I said was peanutty. It was nutty, I said. Evan Williams single barrel, 86.6 proof. It is 8 years old. So I got the nutty part right. Still, number 5, I don't know what, whatever. Moving along. Number 3 in 3rd place was Glass A. Glass A belonged to Rob Clark. And Rob Clark emailed me his result, his key. So let me pull up Rob Clark. So it turns out Evan Williams single barrel beats out Russell's 2003. Sometimes, terribly. That's fine though. Let's see. Oh man, I'll get there eventually. Here we go. Where is Rob Clark? Rob Clark bantamweight key. Do not open. I won't until right now. And Third place from Rob Clark is Buffalo Trace Mash Bill number 2, Hancock's Reserve. So number 3 was Hancock's. Now let's go to number 2 and number 1, and we'll find out who the winner was, who the champion is. In second place, the heck? Come on, you're letting it go. The runner-up for the Bantamweight Championship is letter D, which is Tim Evans, meaning that the winner and new Bantamweight champion of ADHD Whiskey is Whiskey Friggin' Wiggle. Whiskey Wiggle. You sent in the nicest sample looking glass thing, and I think that you sent the best pour, according to my palate this evening. So let's see what Tim Evans sent for the runner-up. Tim Evans for the runner-up sent D. He sent an email. And remember, after we do this reveal, we're jumping right into the next flight. I'm going to pour the featherweight bottles, and we're going to do the same exact thing for the featherweight division, the 90 to 94 proof. Let's see if my palate has improved. Let's see. We have D, which is Tim Evans. Bantamweight key, don't open. Updated, use this one. What do you mean updated? How did you? That makes no sense. You updated? Did you send me a different bottle in the meantime? I don't know. I'll go with the updated one. The runner-up, Tim Evans, sent. The bottle is. Don't cheat. Okie dokie. Hancock's. We did it again. So I called it a Buffalo Trace product. Isn't it? Okay, it's weird. I switched glass 2 and 3 a couple times, saying I liked 2 better than 3, 3 better than 2. Turns out they're the same shit. The same thing. Same bottle. Rob Clark and Tim sent Hancock's. So let me guess what number 1 is then. If it happened again, so this, they didn't win though, unless Whiskey Wiggle sent the same exact thing. Then it happened big time. But I think what Whiskey Wiggle sent smelled different. I called it an MGP. He sent me a thing here. It's in this envelope. The winner, and new Bantamweight champion, Whiskey Wiggle, who sent this is a tribute blend that represents the origin of bourbon, the origin of me, and where I currently call home. They are all bourbon, and the blend lands at 89 proof. Four Roses Bourbon Yellow label, 20%. Evan Williams Bourbon Black label, 20%. Traverse City Whiskey Company Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 30%. 13-Year Colony Southern Bourbon Whiskey, 15%. 13 Colonies Sour Mash Bourbon, 15%. 89 proof. I thought I said no blends. Son of a mother. Do I disqualify him? Or do I applaud him for making something really good? Oh, Whiskey Wiggle. You wiggled me up inside and won. Somehow. Is it really that good? I don't know if I said no blends publicly. I think I did, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back. This is the issue, though. If Whiskey Wiggle doesn't win, that means that Tim Evans and Rob Clark win. I mean, Tim Evans wins, but Rob Clark also sent the same thing as Tim. Why can't anything ever go as planned? Ever. I thought this was going to be clear cut, but no. This is not Nom. This is whiskey. There are rules. Whiskey Wiggle. Braves home run. Hopefully it was Chipper Jones. Man, damn it. Whiskey Wiggle, you blended something really good. Unfortunately, this wasn't a blending competition. It was a who can send the best. Oh, man. I wonder if I'm pretty sure that I said that. Damn it, Whiskey Wiggle. You put me in a predicament. The artist formerly known as Whiskey Wiggle. Now, expect the worst, but hope for the best. We need a recount. Whiskey Wiggle won the championship, pissed in a cup, and then immediately got caught for some sort of performance-enhancing supplements, even though he literally blended something what I thought was better than the rest of these, even better than 2003 Russells, out of the comfort of his own home. And man, this puts me in a spot. I can't award you the victory. I cannot do it. I must award Tim Evans the championship, even though he sent me the same thing as Rob Clark. This is nothing I ever do goes anything even remotely close to okay. So, Tim Evans, congratulations. You are the bantamweight champion of ADHD whiskey. Until next time, who knows? Who knows? Whiskey Wiggle, I'm super sorry. Maybe it wasn't clear. But then again, drug testing isn't clear either. Russell's was over 89 proof. Yeah, so there was that too. As long as it rounded to 89, I was okay with it. That's all. Dang it, Whiskey Wiggle. I'm going to have to put... Whiskey Wiggle might not have won the bantamweight championship, but he will probably get a special mention. That was great. That was great. Why does everything have to fall apart like that? That's okay. That's okay. We're going to be fine. Let's move these glasses out of the way and get to the next round. Don't want to break these, though. I'll put them here. I won't break them there. I probably will break them right there. Jeffrey Wack, I checked the proof with Matt on the 89.5 before sending. Was it 89.5? I thought I said as long as it rounded to 89. Maybe I was schlammered when I said that 89.5 was all right. But still, that's fine. Toshi says you never said no blends? I guess I'll have to go back and double check, triple check. But, okay. At least you didn't throw Hancocks in the bun. That's funny. Toshi Bake Rule Reader. Jeez Louise. I'm a disaster when it comes to games. Send it to the review booth. I might have to. If I reread stuff, okay, I'm going to reread the post on Patreon, and I'm going to go through the comments. I'm just going to read stuff. If I never said no blends publicly, then I have to award the championship to Whiskey Wiggle. If anywhere I said no blends, then I'll have to give it to Tim Evans / Rob Clark, who kind of got the shaft and the whole thing. All right. Moving stuff around. We have 4 competitors for featherweight. 4 competitors and we will crown a definitive featherweight champion, guaranteed. And by guaranteed, I mean can't guarantee it. I know for a fact somebody asked me if they could blend, and I said no. But I don't know if I mentioned it publicly, so that might have been my fault. But Whiskey Wiggle, that was a heck of a blend. All right, we have 4 competitors for featherweight. We have, oh, sweet, I already lettered these. That's good. Oh my gosh, I'm a dum-dum. Why did I put the letters on top? Matt, honestly, is this your first time doing anything ever? Letters go on the bottom. Numbers go on the side. It's bourbon. Did anybody really lose tonight? No. And I'm sure Jeffrey Wack is at home giggling. But super. You know what's weird? Is I did taste E, and I smelled E, and I was like, this smells really good. And then I tasted it, and I was like, this tastes really good. And I thought it was overproof, and it was weird. It was very weird how I came to the determination that I liked it least. Did I miss the super chat, by the way? I might have. There's nothing on the Patreon post about blends. All right. Well, if that's the case, then I will award it to Whiskey Wiggle because that's fair. Did I miss another super chat? No? All right. Just to be sure. Two Hancocks and a blend under the rule review. Just the way things work around here. All right. We have sample A from Lee Bowling, 9294 proof. He sent me the easiest pouring sample container you could send. So, no, what the heck? Oh, America. I have a feeling I'm about to get wet. Lee Bowling is going in A. Whiskey Food Dude. Rumors are swirling that Conor McGregor caught wind of your video and he's not happy about it. No worries, because I got your back, Team Porter. He'll do nothing. He'll do nothing. No, that's that was a silly video. I get it. It was a silly video. The daily, annual, weekly. Can you tell us the blend again? If you scroll up, he did post it in chat. The blend. Whiskey Wiggle went to 10 grand in a Pinto station wagon. He definitely deserves to win. I will gladly concede to Tim Evans. His taste in whiskey and art is appreciated. Wiggle out. No, don't you dare ever say that. No way. If I never stated the blend thing, I thought I did. That's my bad. But if I never did, then how would you know? And if I never did and you did that, and you blended something that was that good, then by all means, you deserve to win. And I just thought that I said no blends. But apparently I didn't. Which, my bad. I must have thought it several times. So no, Mr. Artist, formerly known as Wiggle, you wiggle your way back here because I think that you're probably going to be the winner. Unless I'm an idiot. And in which case, probably. Matt Horn, I'm super sorry, dude. Why did I do that? I'm sorry, Matt. I'm not that busy. I shouldn't miss a super chat. I'm so super sorry. Mr. Jiggs, just read all the rules and posts and no mention of blends. I did ask about rules and posts. I did ask about rules in posts and was ignored. Ignored. What rules? I did ask about rules in posts and was ignored. Okay. Well, super sorry if you feel that you were ignored. You weren't ignored. I apologize if you feel that way. I'll go back and look at it. So, my bad. B. Where are we at? Oh, that's a broken one, almost. B is Dave Simon. Dave Simon is going in B. We're good there. Then in C, we have Mike D is going in C. I do feel bad. Like, I never want anybody to think that I ignored them or was ignored. That just makes me feel like crap. I don't ever want to make anybody feel that way. So super sorry. Mike D goes in C. And then in D, fourth and final, is Rich Lechner. Rich Lechner is what the? That's fuller than that's full. She full. D. All right. A, B, C, and D. Now it's time to mix them up and then randomly number them, and then we will be on our way to a featherweight champion, hopefully undisputed. I don't know how that didn't leak, but it definitely was full to the very top. Numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 3, and 4. All righty. We did it. Matt Horn's going to bed. Good night, Matt. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for being in here. Appreciate you. Have a good night's sleep. Mr. Horn. OMJ's computer restarted. Uh-oh. All right. Let's get into the featherweight division with zero controversy. This is gonna go perfect. Class number 1, 90 to 94 proof featherweights. Class 1 is very rich. Almost smells like a double oaked something, like a little bit of varnish and wood. This nose really reminds me of like a double barreled bourbon, or like double oaked, like finish, some sort of toasted finish or something. Caramelized sugars, brown sugar, vanilla. And then varnish. Let's go for a taste. Number 1 is very good. I'm not going to shy away from what I think could possibly be like a secondary finish, because there is like a layer of, you know what I mean? There's like a layer of secondary barrelness. It's like a toasted oak, or like a weird level of oak that doesn't taste like it's been oaked for a long period of time, just like extra oak. But it's very nice. There's like not peanut butter. It's like an almondy note. Almond, dark chocolate, tobacco, definite tobacco, like a glorious, elegant Bradley Kintsugi, like a Toro. It's very tobacco, very delicious. Glass number 1 is very good. Will glass number 1 win again? That is what we have to find out. Busey's a new member. Oh, what a guy. Everybody has to love the Buse. The Buse man. The Buse monster. Stuff and Whiskey's in the house. Popping in quick. That's what she said. We'll catch the rewatch in full, but have to say it's so easy to accidentally miss things on a small channel. Much less a channel like Matt's. That's all. Thanks. Stuff and Whiskey's a great YouTube channel. Freaking love those guys. Josh and Aaron. If you're not subscribed to them, you should be, because they are great. They are great. All right. Spinning and swirling. You have the wrong bottle. That is varnish. If that's varnish, then I'm actually kind of happy about it, because it tasted like bourbon. Could be toasted and charged single aging too. Yeah, it could be. Eric McDaniel's in the house. What's going on, Eric? What in... Two smells a little bit different. I thought that was the same nose for a second. Two also has like a strong wood note to it, but this one's a little bit brighter, a little bit more cherry. Good nose. I'm not like wild about it. It's not something that's like taking me by surprise and like taking me out back and slapping me around a little bit. It's more of like taking me out back and giving me the warning that it could do that if it wanted to, but it's just not ready to do it yet. A little bit of toffee. Raspberry. It's an interesting nose. It's actually something that you could smell for a while and just continue to pull out different things. That's really good. Okay. Oak, cherry, brown sugar, super sweet, super creamy. Finish is wonderful. Still going in like a sweet, delicious pattern. I like it. Is it Blanton's? Maybe. I don't know. Oh boy, number 2 is really good. I do like number 2. Do I like it more than number 1? Probably. It's weird though, because like this has got to be a Buffalo Trace. Number 2 has to be a Buffalo Trace. It everything about it is kind of Buffalo Tracy, but I don't feel like it. I feel like it's aged longer than like a Blanton's or an Elmer. It feels like there's more oak on it, but I don't know. That is good. That is good. What's the proof of number 2? If I had to guess, between 90 and 94, probably. It's just a guess. Whiskey Nose says full proof. Full proof. Whiskey. These are all between 90 and 94 proof. It's the way this is. All of these samples are between 90 and 94 proof. That's why they're the Featherweight Division. So it's like everyone sent a sample that falls in that proof range. So it's definitely not a full proof. Or a Weller 107. Number 3. Number 3 is a little bit more charry, like charred. Charry McChar. A little bit of like a Heath bar a charred toffee. Darker than glass 2. Smells almost burnt. Number 3 smells almost burnt. And I can't tell if there's a funk laying behind the char or if it's just the char that's being funky. It smells kind of familiar. I don't know. Let's go for a taste. Look how it's dark. I mean, it's really dark. That's a dark 90 to 94 proof whiskey right there. What the heck? That doesn't taste anything like the nose. What in the world is that? That I was not expecting at all. That took a... I don't even know how to describe what I just tasted because it took me so off guard. It was like a Werther's original, but way better than that. It was like a butterscotch caramel. What in the heck? The nose tasted burnt, but the palate tasted sweet and candy. And it just went, that was weird. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that, except for what the heck. And I said what the heck 3 times. Are we dealing with another blend? Who knows? Possibly. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just weird. Huh. That's unique. The second sip, I was anticipating that, so it didn't really like strike me as strange. But still, the palate is very sweet, where the nose is not. That's really strange. Huh. Elijah toasted? I don't know. I hope not. My mom's going to bed. Everybody say goodnight to my mom. Night, Mom. Love you. Talk to you soon. All right. This is glass 4. It is the final pour of the Featherweight Division. Only 4 competitors here. Okay. So far, these 4 pours have been wildly different in their noses compared to the bantamweights. Probably because 2 of the bantamweights were the same thing. Number 4 on the nose smells almost crafty. A little bit grassy, a little bit barny. Not the dinosaur, but the actual, like a place where you store animals and hay and stuff. Is Julie still here? Heck yeah. Yeah, the nose on glass 4 might be my least favorite. It's pretty... So it's got a bit of a funk to it. Could it be a weeder funk? Could it be like a small barrel funk or a craft funk? I don't know. But if it smells like funk, it must be us. Number 4 is a Jack Daniel's single barrel. I'm calling my shot. whoever, if somebody sent a Jack Daniel's single barrel, don't say anything. But the finish on 4 gives me the barrel tannins that I get on all the Jack Daniel's products. It's like a red wine finish, and I liked it, and then I didn't like it, and then I liked it, and then the finish, and I was like, that is a Jack Daniel's single barrel. I think. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. That's just me. I mean, get cocky. I might be. I haven't had a standard Jack Daniel's single barrel, like the lower proof one. And I think that would fall in this range, but I haven't had one of those in a very long time. So I could be wrong here, but that's what that reminds me of. Let's go back to 3. Wow, 3 smells like cookie dough now. That is so weird. After you taste one thing and then go back, this completely changed. The nose on 3 smells like a chocolate chip cookie dough, like the dough that you put a little bit too much flour in it. And it's good. 3 is good. The cookie dough note actually came through on the palate a little bit. You probably can't tell by looking at me, but let's talk about things that I love. Wow, that's busy. I'm just trying to clear out this palate a little bit. Things that I love. Smoking the finest cigars on the planet. Alec and Bradley cigars make me so happy. And they make everybody around me happy. The neighbors who are in their backyard, who typically hate cigars, they perk up and they peek over the fence. And they're like, what is that fine smell? And I'm like, it's an Alec Bradley cigar. And they're like, I hate cigars. And I'm like, I understand, but this is different. This is special. And they're like, you must love those. And I say, absolutely, I do. How could I not? So, Alec Bradley cigars, things that I love. Also, chocolate chip cookie dough. I absolutely love chocolate chip cookie dough. And Glass 3, out of nowhere, gave me that strong, doughy note that we all know, but only one of us just tasted. And thankfully for me, it was me. So there's that. Peeking over the fence, leaking over, Dr. Pepper Chaser, that's a bold move. I just wanted to fizz it up a little bit. Then I did some water afterwards, so we're good. I think we all knew about the cookie dough. That's impossible. How would you know? How would you ever know that? Gatekeeper is good, Christopher. The Gatekeeper is good. Okay, to number 2. Oh, heavens. Oh, Judge Judy, that smells good. Oh, Judge Wapner. Dang it. The nose on number 2 is tremendous. Strawberry. I can't remember the notes they gave for number 2, but this is super strawberry, sweet oak, vanilla, all the great notes you're looking for in a very nice bourbon. Did I say I thought number 2 was double oaked? Because I'm not getting that this time around. The Kintsugi and the Prensado Bee's Knees, though, the Kintsugi are friggin' love the Kintsugis, for sure. Gatekeeper's amazing. One of these nights here, I'm going to transfer my cell phone. We're going to go outside and smoke a cigar after the live stream. But this is a Prensado box. They're beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just smelled them. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. But Blind Faith and the Kintsugis are my favorites. They're amazing. All right, number 2 down the hatch. Oh, holy shit, that's good. Everybody say it with me. Who does number 2 work for? That is really damn good. Number 2 is tremendous. Kintsugis are legit. Wish I bought bigger than Robustos. Like the Toros? I have the Toros. You always start with wife at the top of the list. Enjoy the couch. Well, in case you're new here, just kidding, you're not. My need for the CPAPy, bring me the CPAPy, has forced me to sleep in what some people would consider to be the spare bedroom. Because, you know, Carissa tries to sleep. She has to work early, and my snoring and lack of breathing kind of keeps her awake at night. So it's not a couch, though. That's nice. Lone Wanderer, I got my Corn Hub shirt, and the people at the liquor store laughed their asses off. For bourbon lovers only. Corn Hub. I've yet to see any. If you've bought a Corn Hub shirt, can you like post a picture of it and like put it on Instagram or like email it or something? I want to see some people in a Corn Hub shirt. Oh, the Coyote. Todd Trent. Don't sleep on the Coyote. I won't. But I will sleep with a lit Blind Faith in my mouth. Mojo 88. That's not even funny. Like, I'm not reading that. Like, did you say LOL? LOL? Jeez Louise. Bring me the C Pappy shirt. So Bring Me to Pappy is like niche enough where like only the right group of people would ever buy a Bring Me to Pappy shirt. Bring Me to C Pappy? All right, we'll see how many sell. My guess is 2, and I'll probably buy one of them. Yeah, Moose, we're still over here on the Western Slope. Mojo 88, yeah, I know. I'm in the process. The CPAP, there's a friggin' shortage of them. They're like, they need to like step up their game. The lady who like, so I go to the doctor, right? I'm sorry for the tangent. We'll get to this in a second. Go to the doctor, and the doctor she's been great. This is a brand new doctor since we moved to Colorado. She's like, you need to get in, like, you're huge. So let's find out if you have sleep apnea because we want to know. So I do an at-home sleep study thing, and then they send off the results. They give me the results like, hey, by the way, you have severe sleep apnea. So we're sending you to a different place in a different town to go talk to them. So like 5 weeks later, I finally get into this new place. I go in and see this lady, and she's like, did they give you a CPAP? And I'm like, who's they? You are they. She was like, I cannot believe that they didn't give you a CPAP. And I'm like, they referred me to you. You are the sleep apnea people. She's like, then she asked me if I had a preference for a CPAP. I'm like, I am brand new to CPAP. I don't even know what it does. And then she said, well, there's a shortage, so you're going to have to wait a while. But when you get it, you're going to have to like follow the directions and all this stuff. And I was like, well, then how do I get it? Do they send it to me? Or do I have to come here to pick it up? And she said, honestly, I don't know. So that's where we're at. Waiting for something. Or possibly waiting for nothing. Lonnie Green says, I'd buy the other. I was fat shamed and now have to use one to keep my job. Lonnie Green, do you drive? Because when I was driving a bus, they had to like do the medical every year to like make sure that you weren't at risk for sleep apnea or like stuff like that. And if you fell into that category, you'd have to get one in order to keep your CDL. So that makes sense. Damn, Marty, Whiskey Nose has 2 of them? That's why there's a shortage, Marty. You've got 2. My CPAP is about as close to Pappy as I'll ever get. Oh, shit, Whiskey Edition. That's funny. Damn it. 1 is very good. 1 makes Maddie feel happy. But I think 2 was more subtle and subtly made me more happy. I don't think number 1 is going to win today. I think number 1 is either going to come in second or third place. Let me taste number 3 again. What the heck? Did I say 3 was the cookie dough? Because now we're back to it smelling just plain weird. There's a lawsuit with CPAP manufacturers. I have a big ass neck too. Shoulders all put. Yeah, it's a bummer. Major lawsuit with several of the big CPAP brands. Hence the shortage. Well, Uncle Buck, I don't need a CPAP machine. My chance hits me. Fiance, is that what you're saying? Uncle Buck, are you getting married? I hope so. Come on, Matt, give 1 a chance. I did. I think that the cookie dough one may have just fallen out of favorites with me. It's very prickly and it's strange. It's a bit strange, to be fair. Let me try what I think is the Jack Daniel's single barrel again. Yeah, I like that more than 3. So I do have an order, and I think so. In last place was number 3. I went back and forth on that one a little bit. It went the chocolate chip cookie dough. Wow. It went the chocolate chip cookie dough route once, and then kind of fell back. It went back and forth, but the last tasting through, it did not do it for me. So number 3 is in last place. Number 4 is good, but also a little funky and finishes with a drying red wine note that I'm not a super fan of, even though it's good. It's very good. It's just, there's something about it that I don't absolutely love. And number 4, which I think could possibly be a Jack Daniel's single barrel, is in 3rd place. Second place was number 1, super good. Actually, the most full flavor on the palate. It came across as a little bit higher proof than a couple of the others. Tasted really good, super solid. Actually loved it, but I think I like number 2 a little bit more. Number 2 was a little bit more subtle, a little bit more just well-rounded. The flavors came on slowly, kind of like enveloped in your mouth and just left you with a pure happiness and joy. And I liked it. And if it's Blanton's, I'm going to jump off, I don't know, whatever I can jump off of from around here. But I thought number 2 was a Buffalo Trace product, if I'm not mistaken. So let's find out what is what. Did Uncle Buck say if he's getting married or not? Oyster crackers, numbity num num, cigar club. Scrolling back up. Nope, nothing about Uncle Buck. What if Dora got sleep apnea? Then we'd call her Dora Snora the Explorer. That makes sense. Your chair, carefully. I know. The chair is just... Chairs... Oh, I thought you were talking about how bad it's squeaking and falling apart. Plenty of jump-off opportunities in Colorado. Yeah, you're right. A lot. The problem is got to get up there. And you know damn well I'm not going to exert that much energy to get up, to get high enough to jump off of anything. All right, number 3 is in last place. What do I have here? Everything is on my phone except for Dave Simon's. So keep that here in case I need it. I will need it, I'm sure. Third place is letter C, which is Mike D. Mike D. Sorry. Super sorry, Mike. Gmail back. Mike Featherweight. Holy shit. A lot of people love this. A lot of people really love this stuff. Really? Okay, this is... Do I still have more? Awesome. I still have an ounce of this for 1 ounce Wednesday. So I can do... I can actually do a review of this finally. So thank you so much for sending it. Unfortunately, it came in last place tonight, but it is Blue Note 17 year. So it's Dickel. It's a 17-year-old Dickel. It's bottle number 27. Mike, thanks so much for sending this. I'm super excited to be able to do a 1 ounce Wednesday review on it now. You know what's funny? C, Merritt. Sorry I missed the show. I'm sure it was spot on. Dude, thank you for the super chat. That's so awesome of you to do that. Appreciate the heck out of you. Was the show spot on? No. This show has been pretty piss poor. Like with rules and like me not having them, but thinking I had rules, but then turns out I didn't kind of thing. Dez is here. Hi, Matt. Missed watching you, buddy. Missed you, Dez. What the heck? How are you up in friggin' Connecticut? Shit. What's the name of the town you're from again? The town is the liquor store in... We've talked about this several times. But Des, welcome back. I heard you were busy and doing a bunch of stuff this year. So happy to see you again. This is super cool. Des is back, everybody. She is from I can't remember the name of the town off the top of my head. Blue Note 17 in last place. Hearsay. Foulmouth. That's right. Foulmouth, Massachusetts. Yep. If this is over a year ago, but if you go back and watch one of my reviews of a Pursuit Series single barrel, I was sent a Pursuit Series single barrel from Thrasher. He sent me, it's a George Dickel single barrel that was picked by the Bourbon Pursuit guys. And on that product, I got the same exact note as this. I called chocolate chip cookie dough. So that's weird that it actually crossed over. But that's wow. Now that I smell it again, that's pure cookie dough. When I review this, the rest of the sample on 1 ounce Wednesday, it'll be with a fresh palate. So it's going to be, obviously much more fair. But interesting that I did get chocolate chip cookie dough on a Dickel product before. And that's what I got here. Interesting. Jory Knowlton. Hi, Matt. Hey, Jory. What's happening? My dad drank Dickel and Nom. I'm not a fan. You have Flintstone vitamins to like to. So I don't think that these ones were put through. I don't know. For some reason, everyone has said that the Blue Note 17 doesn't have the vitamin, the mineral taste, because it didn't go through the process or something. I was excited to try one, but I just never had the chance until right now. So I'm super excited to actually taste it by itself. So third place is number 4. And number 4 is letter B. This was the one I said was, I can't remember. Oh, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, duh. B. B is Dave Simon. There is a note in Jack Daniel's products that I pick up almost immediately. This is a Single Barrel Select store pick. It's 94 proof. Liquor at the lake. For an average proof, my wife Crystal and I think this is outstanding, and we've sipped our way through a few bottles. Cilantro, Matt. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do, Dave. It's really good. It's really good. Just with all these Jack Daniel's products, as soon as I get to the finish, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. Also, I promise you, I 100% promise you, I didn't look at this. What happened was this. And this is just me being fair because this was opened, but this is why. I got a bunch of boxes for samples, and my 4-year-old, my 5-year-old want to open boxes all the time. So I got like 5 boxes one day and they opened them. And then like they bring me stuff and like notes and samples and stuff. So I get this envelope and it says, answer key and photo, wait to open, no cheating. And I had no idea who this envelope belonged to because everything was mixed together. So I knew I knew who I got boxes from, and I knew whose like keys I had. So I had my wife open it and tell me if there was a name on it, which is what she did. But super good, just not exactly my jam completely. Just curious, do you pick that note up in the rye? Yes, as a matter of fact, I didn't know this. I did not know this, but there is a podcast coming out. It's Rob Clark's podcast, actually. It's called Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And I don't want to spoil anything about the podcast, but they sent me a flight, and what happened tonight kind of happened in the flight too. So maybe I just gave it away. But apparently I can pick up that same note in the rye because I thought it was a bourbon when I tasted it. But all right, let's go to the runner-up and the winner. I knew I was going to break those. The runner-up was glass 1 and the winner was glass 2. I thought both of them were spectacular. 1 was something that jumped out of the glass hard and heavy. 2 was a little bit more subtle, enjoyable, and made me just feel great. So the runner-up is A, and the winner is D. That means that's the wrong one. Where in the hell did I put the stuff? Oh, right here. Jeez Louise. Wow. The runner-up is A. Is that what I said? Yes. The runner-up is Lee Bowling. That means the champion. The featherweight champion of ADHD whiskey is Rich Lackner. Rich Lackner, what the heck did you send me? I loved it. And apparently I've got more of it to enjoy, which is spectacular. Let's see. Let's see what Lee sent. And then Rich. Lee. Featherweight. The runner-up from Lee was Elijah Craig's small batch, 94 proof, single barrel, selected by Ohio Liquor, OHLQ number 5. I love Elijah Craig, so that's no surprise that I like that flavor profile. So Lee, thanks so much for sending the runner-up. What the heck did Rich send? I thought that Rich sent a Buffalo Trace product. I really enjoyed it. Super sweet. Is it here? Please tell me it's here. It is here. Whew, thank goodness. Richard, featherweight sample key. Matt, scroll down to reveal my featherweight sample. Thanks, Rich. That probably makes sense. Rich, the featherweight champion of ADHD whiskey, sent Jefferson's Presidential Select 16-year-old Twin Oak. I've never had this before. This is my first time ever tasting this. So, Rich, this is crazy. The distillery is unknown. Mash bill undisclosed, but it is known to be high rye mash bill. Isn't this supposed to be like some Stitzel Weller or something? From what I understand, maybe not. 16 years, aged for 11 years in new American oak barrels, dumped and barreled again in fresh charred barrels for an additional 5 years, hence the name Twin Oak. Year 2017, 94 proof. This is really good. This is incredible. Here's a picture of it, if you can see it. I'm sorry. Like, look at me being a dumbass. I need a new camera really bad because this is in focus. If I try to that's what happens. And it will never focus because it's fixed focus. But this is ridiculously good. Might have passed on it earlier. That's Stitzel Weller. Not bourbon. What do you mean not bourbon? It's incredibly rare, highly prized, unique offering as a well-matured bourbon with full-bodied flavor and a complex finish, a true connoisseur bourbon. Question. Yeah, it's a Twin Oak. When I first smelled glass number 2, did I say that it smelled like something that was double oaked? I thought I did, but I'm not sure. Something that was like finished or something like that. I know I said that on 1 or 2 of these, but I'm not sure if I said it on glass 2 or not. Because now that I go back to it, I can't smell any extra like finished stuff. But I thought this was Buffalo Trace, which is weird. I don't know. Number 2 this is so good. This is so damn good. Holy crap, Rich, you are crazy. Huh. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for that. And you sent me enough of it. You didn't have to send me that much, Rich. I'm going to enjoy the heck out of that. I'm going to enjoy the mother out of that thing. Good grief. You deserve that win. Holy cow. Rich, everybody. Featherweight champion of the world. Good gravy. Don says, right or wrong, but I'm just biased against sourced bourbon. My own hang up, I guess. It's hard, man. There's so many, it's like everybody be sourcing unless you're not. Everybody else seems to be. Review it, man. I will, yeah. I'll definitely review it. So what I've been thinking is I like to shoot videos that I have a bottle of. So it's like when I shoot my full reviews of stuff, I have a bottle. I can talk about the bottle, can talk about actually what it says on the bottle, get into the bourbon, my traditional reviews. But there's a lot of things like this and like the Blue Note 17 that I don't have a bottle of, but I still want to review it or talk about it. So I think the 1 ounce Wednesday thing is actually going to be beneficial, where I can pour something from a sample bottle, talk about what I know about it, and actually rate it and review it without the bottle. Might be a little bit quicker, but still, I don't know, fun to do and actually like provide something about something I don't have a bottle of. And that's all I got to say about that. Super good. Super good. I have a feeling that we might... Oh my gosh, did I miss the super chat? I am going to be so mad at myself if I did. I did not. Okay, I got to that one. Whew. Thankfully, I got to it. So, thinking, what time is it? 10:20. We've been here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's the first time I checked the clock. Seems like we've been here for about that long. No big deal. It's okay to mix it up, bro. It's time. 1 ounce Wednesday sounds brilliant. Let's see. Smarter than the average bear. All right. Like was promised, this was promised at the onset. I still need to go review with everything to make sure Whiskey Wiggle is a champion, because I want him to be the champion if I didn't give the right rules. That's for sure. He blended. That's a heck of a blend he put together. That's just bothering me. That's all. But I picked up this bottle a few weeks back. It's been sitting back here. I haven't opened it yet. But it is Mythology. It's Best Friend Bourbon. If you don't like sourced stuff, then you probably won't like this. The label is amazing. The label's beautiful. It's a man and a dog. It's called Best Friend Bourbon. It's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. It's 88 proof. So this would have been in the Bantamweight division. It says Best Friend Bourbon as the sun rests on the horizon. A proud farmer gazes with admiration at the majestic oak standing tall among the surrounding stalks of corn. I've never read this. This is my first time, and I'm already loving it. I love a good story. A sip of bourbon as his hand brushes over his best friend who lays beneath him. Okay. Not a word spoken until the sun rests for the night. Like generations before him, a man and his dog share company as he reflects on the beauty that surrounds him. His dog eagerly awakes each day to run the fields, rest at the tall oak, and calmly await his best friend's return at dusk. Inspired by the spirit of best friend, we crafted a bourbon to enjoy with good company while reflecting on the day's experiences. That's badass. They gave me chill bumps because I love dogs. Looks like an Old Elk bottle. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's also from Colorado. So this is in, I think, what? Oh, boy. Blended and bottled by Mythology Distillery, Denver, Colorado. Denver. Minimum 2 years old. Okie dokie. It won a double gold at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, so you know that it's legit. Discover your spirit animal. So it has a 15-year Kentucky Jim Beam, which is the weird mash bill. So a 15-year, 8.5% malted barley mash bill Jim Beam. Then there is a high rye 5-year Indiana MGP and a 2-year low rye MGP, which they don't give the percentages of how much is in there, but so it's MGP and Jim Beam. It's heaven, bro. You mean it's really good? Got a text from the wife, probably telling me to wrap it up. How long are you streaming for? Oh, she doesn't feel good. I'm sorry. Few more minutes. I'll say a few more. Nope, that says nice. It doesn't say more, it says nice. Few more minutes. Typing with my left hand is difficult. Babe. Few more minutes, babe. There we go. All right. Bedtime stories with ADHD. I wouldn't mind it. Colorado was throwing down some good juice. So yeah, this is all sourced. The bottle's beautiful. I love it. But let's see how it tastes. So let's give a shout out to the featherweight champion of ADHD Whiskey, Rich. Oh, why is it in there so tight? That's what she said. Wagner, holy smokes. Whew. Put her there. Put the thing back on. America. There we go. All right. I heard this was good. Ask her to come and take a sip of whiskey to make her feel better. I would, but she's on call. She's on call, so can't do it. Definitely can't do it. She probably would if we asked nicely on a night where she wasn't on call, but she is. We bought the new Bud Light seltzers, the fall edition. So me and Carissa, we'll be making the same video we made last Christmas, but for the fall seltzers. So we'll see how that goes. Young. Wow. The note on that is what I would consider to be young and stingy. How is there so much black licorice on a bourbon? Watch the Nerf darts. Moose 76, you are old school. Dan and Julie sent my wife a Nerf gun about actually a little bit over a year ago to shoot at me when it was getting late and she wanted to go to bed. So yeah, dude, Moose 76 remembers. Rarebird 101's in the house. What's up, David Jennings? High five. Bringing turkeys. I was not expecting the nose to smell this much like black licorice. Damn it. Relax. I heard good things about this. I heard good things. Wow. That is... Okay. Some people will absolutely love that nose. Some people will fall in love with it because it's their jam. Unfortunately for me, trying to get past it, it smells like mint, but it smells almost like a rye, but it's how in the world did they get that nose out of those mash bills? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the nose. I'm sorry. I feel like I was expecting great stuff. I don't know. I heard good things. But it's very minty, very black licoricey, very bright. It's like someone shining a flashlight right into your taste buds in your nose. Palate's decent. Palate's good. Palate reminds me of an early Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion series. A lot of young notes kind of poking through. A little bit grassy, a little bit of farmy, a little bit of like wheatgrass kind of thing. Not great. It tastes very young. I would imagine that the majority of this blend is the younger stuff. And then they put a tinge of the 15-year in there. And then they watered it down. I don't know. I'm not in love with it. Neck pour, let it breathe a good bit, then try again. Yeah, I will, for sure. But the best thing that will happen the best thing that will happen to this with air is that like the sharpness will kind of fall off, and then it'll just be kind of like just a young sipper. Huh. How much did I pay for this bottle? I want to say it was like $50, which is a rare breed where I come from. Palette way better than the nose. I mean, it's very light colored. It's very thin. It's sweet. You know what? The sipping experience is kind of enjoyable. It's not bad. It's not bad. But, the nose is weird. How in the heck does that nose smell like that? I don't know. $50 for a 2-year? Yeah, I guess. It's kind of the way it played out. Dieter Lang. Dieter Lang says, great night again, Matt. Great chat, everyone. Y'all have a great night. Cheers. Cheers, Dieter Lang. Freaking love you. And that is how we call it a night. We've been live for 2.5 hours. We crowned a featherweight champion, Rich. Thank you so much for that amazing pour. We kind of crowned a bantamweight champion. Possibly. Whiskey Wiggle wiggled his way to a championship with a blend of his own. Somehow. And somehow Russell's Reserve 2003 came in last place. Which, also weird. Because, I don't know. I feel like my palate, for the most part, was on point tonight. I just don't understand. You know what? Do I have more of that? Who sent that? It was Jeffrey Wack. Jeffrey Wack. Do I still have some of yours? What did I do with it? Dang it. I think I do. I'm going to have to revisit Jeffrey Wack's sample to see if I'm crazy or not. Because Rare Bird, right from the horse's mouth, RR 2003 doesn't do well on comparisons. Well, that was made very obvious tonight. Because it just didn't. For some reason. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. There's going to be new videos out. A lot of them. We're going to keep pumping out videos. I might miss a day here or there, but I promise you we're going to see a ton more content. If you get sick of my face, just tell me. Be like, hey, slow her down. A couple times a week is enough. Just let me know. But until that point, we're just going to keep pumping stuff out because why not? And I had a bunch of fun tonight. Thanks, everybody, for sending samples. Thanks, everybody, for being in here. We were over 200 at one point. And for this time of year, for the world we're living in now, I consider that a win. So thank you guys so much for being here. We'll see you next Friday where there's going to be showdowns. What is left? We have lightweight left, light heavyweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight. So we have 4 categories left, 4 weight classes left to determine champions in. And I'm super excited to see who will retain the belt. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Thank you for being here. And like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on clarifying rules ahead of time. That way, when you get to actually enforce rules, you don't enforce rules that were never specified, because then you look kind of dumb. And even though you're not afraid of looking dumb, some people might think that you are dumb because you did dumb things. Good night, everybody. See you next Friday. Big kisses. Happy Halloween. Check your candy for razor blades because that's what I was told when I was a child. Who knows if it's true or not. Good night.